Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you the final checkout video of an A&E 3-slot payphone. This is Neil's telephone from California. And we did an initial checkout of this telephone, and we showed where the telephone rotary here was stuck and it wouldn't move at all. He didn't have any card, any informational card in the body of the telephone. Now he had the key, or purchased a key for this telephone or something that fit this lock here, but the lock, I think, would probably open with anything, but I'm not certain of that. I'd have to try it. But he also was able to find a key and a lock for this telephone, where the original lock was still in the vault here, and it had to be removed and taken apart and removed so that we could get the new lock and key that he has purchased. Anyway, this telephone is a little bit different from some of them that you have seen. The top is a little bit different, and this was pretty tarnished, and we cleaned it up a little bit. I'm going to show you the back of this telephone. That was all rusty. Now we got that cleaned up a little bit. We're more into repair here. I don't get into really cleaning them up too much, but since it had so much rust, I went ahead and did that for him. The other thing that I want to show you real quick is the modular port. This telephone has a modular port in it now, and all you have to do is simply walk up to it and plug the modular cord into it. I don't have a clip on my cord because I'm working on telephones all day long. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and spin this telephone back around, and I'm going to go ahead and open the vault, and I'm going to show you that real quick. That's got the new lock and key that he purchased, and so that's for the vault now, and the old lock's been removed. This gives you a look at the telephone itself. It was pretty dirty. It's probably been out in the weather, but we cleaned it up a little bit, and everything is working. So we're going to do some final checks on this telephone. I'm going to go ahead and ring the telephone. The bell that came with this telephone, and let that go one more time. Give you some dial tone. And I'm going to go ahead and dial some numbers here. That rotary was completely locked up when we got the telephone in. End in a 2. I'm going to go ahead and talk into the handset. Every time you see that red indicator light on the analyzer, that's an indication of 100% modulation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we know that this telephone is in working condition now. I'm going to go ahead and plug the line cord into the telephone line, and I'm going to call, like, say, a time and temp number.
Shop our entire location online anytime at Offenburg.com. Today is Wednesday, June 22nd. The time is 10:04. Current temperature 82 degrees. Now the weather forecast.
So we know that the telephone is in working condition. I'll go ahead and dial my number, and it'll be busy. Give you some dial tone. I'll call the time and temp number one more time.
Good evening. Our body shop can repair almost any make and model for less. Offenburg, Belleville, 234-0330. Today is Wednesday, June 22nd. The time is 10:05. Current temperature 83 degrees.
So, what I was going to say earlier is this telephone had a bell, and it was mounted up behind the body lock here on the inside. And the bell that they had was no good. That bell, we troubleshooted it, and it was no good, so we installed a different style bell. I'm going to go ahead and take the body off now, and I want to kind of show you what we've got. Everything has been wired the way that we want it wired. A bell has been installed, and all the connections have been made, and a modular port was installed, and we went through everything and got this telephone wired the way we wanted it wired. On the coin return, or the coin validator, that's all been gone through so that the money, falls through properly. And then all of our connections were made here at this connection point for the rotary. And this telephone is not going to work unless the body's on it. Some people try to wire these telephones or plug them in, and then they don't put the body on it, and they wonder why they don't work. Well, these connections that you're looking at right here have to be on the telephone in order for it to work. So that the body has to be on the base of the telephone. So this kind of gives you a look at everything. The bell was mounted right there on one of the screws for the lock there that you are looking at, and it just kind of swiveled back and forth. It was kind of a conversion gone bad, but as you can see, everything is back to normal, and we have a bell installed in it, and all the connections have been cleaned up and rewired the way that we wanted it rewired. So I'm going to go ahead and put the body back on. And the one thing that you want to think about, you got to take this body when you're locking it, and you want to grab it like I'm grabbing it and push it back. And I'm going to go ahead and set the video down for a second. Try to pick this video up enough to where you can see what I'm doing. You want to grab this body and you want to hold it in. So you got to push it in because it's spring loaded. You want to hold that in, and then you want to lock it. And that locks the body into place. This kind of gives you a look at the informational card and the telephone now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and drop some money in it. I'm going to put a quarter. That should gong. I'm going to put another quarter. Put a nickel. That should ring the bell once. Another nickel. That'll ring the bell once. A dime will ring it twice. Another dime. A nickel. A dime. And one quarter. And there was no cash box in this telephone, but as you can see, your money is down in the bottom, and after you put some money in it and use it like a bank, you'll have some bubble gum money, and nobody's going to be able to get to it. I've had customers tell me that they keep important papers in these because basically once they're mounted on the wall and locked, you're not getting into it real simple. So, you can also stash other things in those vaults because they're built like tanks. And it would take them a while to get this off the wall if it's mounted properly, and even try to get this vault open. It just doesn't happen real quick. And, I think somebody would catch them in the meantime for as long as it would take them to get that off. So anyway, or get it opened. The telephone is finished. It's in working condition now. I'm going to go ahead and call time and temp one more time. The rotary has been gone through.
Good evening. Credit issues? Apply by phone anytime at 622-4600. 622-4600. Same-day approval available. Today is Wednesday, June 22nd. The time is 10:10. Current temperature 82 degrees.
This rotary, like I said earlier, was totally locked. It was about in this position, and it was locked, and it wouldn't move. So it was locked up. We went through the rotary and rebuilt the rotary. I'm going to go ahead and bring the line back over to the analyzer, and we're going to ring the telephone. Give that one more try. Let it ring one more time. And then we'll dial our numbers one more time. Since that was one of the issues, the rotary was locked up. I'm going to end in a 2. And I'll go ahead and talk into the handset. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we know everything on the telephone is in working order now, and Neil should be pretty happy to get this telephone back. It's a really cool 3-slot A&E payphone, and it's a keeper. And it's a really nice telephone. It needed some work, but just like all the rest of them that come in the shop, they all need different things, or you know, a little bit of this or that, and we get them working again. These are cool telephones. They're nice to have, and they're a lot of fun. And they're never going to make these telephones again, so even if China gets a hold of the mold, it wouldn't do them any good because they couldn't build a phone like this. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.